Hello everybody, so in this one we are going to review 5 games stream highlights. We are going to review all the hands I played, all the bigger hands. It starts from the start. It's obviously going to a massive one with 600k prize pool. I don't remember exactly what was the first place, but hey, it's going to be a massive one, so definitely a lot of stuff. So we're starting off, I think we pre-reg this, right? Looks like 157-minute late reg, so low blind level. Maybe a little bit late, but hey. We open playing against Foxen, bet flop. There is elite. This one probably wants to go for a call here. It's very like, you don't want to raise and then face a jam with like a gut shot plus flush draw. It's kind of just going to be like very weird spot. So I don't think there is any other option here to just strip. You could make argument to go small. Nah. I think you can make argument to split your raise sizes here if you really want to. But just need to put it in the middle. And it's Foxen and we're getting paid. What did they have? It's just a straight. Not bad. Obviously going to get paid by worse hands there sometimes. So, 3-betting pocket queens against Andri. Button open. So far, very standard. So, small blind versus button in general, you're supposed to be having very high frequency c-bets all over the place. There will be some like checking. The deeper you get, more checks you will see. But typically, it's very high frequency bets by like all the boards combined. So, we go for a check call. We river the flush, so if it jams, we just have to call. Like, we have second nuts. Wondering if there's any, like, leads on the river? 10-8, huh? 10-8, huh? I think my play is fine. I don't mind to c-bet the flop either. I think that's also fine. So, we are 2 out of 39. Late reg still open in this one. Not gonna play that one. So we defended B blind, I assume, and we check raising against EP/MP open at 20, 30 big blinds. We just check raising. Kind of weird spot on the turn here. I'm guessing I'm just bet calling at this point. And obviously need to jam once you complete. On turn, it's very interesting. Like, maybe I can like even... It's very hard to check. But like maybe I could build a checking range. And the idea is 7 will connect so well with my flop check raise bluffs that it will fill in like a lot of hands. Because 7 connects, like I'm check raising a lot of like straight draws, right? So 7 will give me a lot of pairs, a lot of straights, and 2 pairs, stuff like that. So for that reason, I'm going to assume that I need to continue high frequency on the turn, especially against the EP range. So we're going to call Queen 8 suited against cutoff open here. The blinds are kind of small, short though. Still late reg. So we go for a call on the flop. Turning boat. I'm gonna assume I'm gonna just go for a bet here. I don't mind mixing it in sometimes. Do checks, but like I do think betting makes a lot of sense. You basically just want to get value. You can definitely have still some like big pair, so to speak. River is kind of like weird spot, like what should we size? So whenever you're in position, typically you can size less than half pot, and maybe I should be size splitting here. I will, like, the problem is I'm not going to have that many 8x, especially on a 7 of spade, because I'm just flatting suited 8x, right? So 8-7 suited is basically only one combo available. Queen 8, Jack 8, 10 8, 9 8 is pretty much it. Maybe 8-6. So I can't really go too crazy. It's calling me with king high. interesting. His combo is good to call. So the reason he called there is because he's blocking king 8 and queen 8 combos. So the combo choice is why he did it. I guess it's fine-ish. It's not like I'm going to bluff with the ace highs there. So I assume it's open, I flat, just bottom very short there. And Anton called the 3. I can definitely have a couple of king jacks over here, pocket jacks, sixes and deuces, probably. Like the idea is whenever it goes multi-way, as an in position player, you're supposed to be betting basically most of your value, or in general, like you're supposed to be betting at that point. So this line kind of like, I only have very few traps, so I need to be very careful with my 2 bets there. I guess I don't mind the call there either with pocket jacks. Very straightforward line. Like typically these type of lines, it's just going to be mixed. It doesn't really matter which action you take unless there is something exploitative going on. So against the Elise, ace king against nines, standard flip. We get lucky. About to win our flip, I assume. There we go. Always nice to run hot in a 5K. Always nice. But obviously we just had good hands. Like everything is made. Maybe this is one of the final episodes, or one of the 5Ks. I remember once I played a 5K where I went super deep. It might be this one actually, where I remember I was like reviewing it with Donka and Lucky Fish, and like maybe Connor was there. I don't remember exactly, but I know Donka and Lucky Fish were there. And basically I didn't really bluff any hands, but the reason for that was, well, I always had it, right? So that was kind of like a very weird one to review, and it might be actually this one. It might actually be this one where I just like always had it, never could bluff. So we can see that. Again, I hit it over here. So if he had basically if he had ace king or better, he's very likely to continue on the turn. So my hand should be close to nuts there. He can definitely, like, he can have few traps. 5 of hearts. I should still probably likely do value bet here because he has a6. I don't think I get to jam here, and the reason would be he can still have a couple of flushes in his range, maybe some ace 10s. So, but the reason is like whenever he has a couple of flushes, he's ungapped on this line, and once they're ungapped, you kind of want to bet like half pot-ish. Obviously, if I have flush, I do need to go ahead and value bet flushes all in. There we go. He bluff catch with 10-9. He's a guy who he's not a big believer. He's not a big believer. Let's put it that way. At least so far. So Queen Jack O have the goal here with 7 big blind jam from Giraffe, and we hit top 2. Drawing the Giraffe. Me and Giraffe, we used to battle these like 2Ks, 3Ks, a lot of satellites, 5Ks, like daily basis basically. Once I open King Jack suited, I probably just have to call, being such a big chip leader. Lena goes all in with pocket 5s. Again, we're flopping the, like, man, this is sun running ABC, I guess. just so lucky. But hey, let's see how it goes. Like, there's another thing. You can like sun run very early on. Like, typically whenever you run good early in the tournaments, you can almost always know it's not going to end well. Like, at least in my practice, I think it happened like one time where you run good throughout the tournament. And I'm not saying like, hey, you lose like a flip here and there. By good, it's like all the spots that really matter and get really big. You just like get there, win your all ins, get value and all of that. Because big part is like you do need to get value as well. And often when people are on the bottom of their range and they just keep falling, well, you're not getting value, right? And that's like a part of the run as well. So could get no value over here. Like for this one, if he had like queen jack, king queen, queen queen 10, probably getting paid, right? So this is part of that as well. A lot of short stacks. So, oh, we are now 20 base, 2 out of 35. So this is a spot where a lot of people late breaks in. So the average stack in general is kind of like, it's not that low. It's still like 29. But there are a lot of short stacks, and you need to like very typical in GG that you need to really. I don't like this. This is bunt. Yeah, this is just a bunt. Unless I had like specific raid, he is jamming way too wide. This is just bad play. This is just terrible. Just terrible. Like, I don't think I am supposed to be calling a 6-0. Like, this is way too loose. Being so close to the bubble. Like, it's not that close. It's still like quite a bit to go. But yeah, like, not a big fan of that call. Just a bunt. There you go. Sometimes I bunt, huh? Who would have thought? But hey, bunts happen. It's part of the poker, so to speak, or like everybody will bunt at some point. Ace king against kings. Just need 5 or ace. Very standard hand. Not really happy with ace 6 though. Not really happy with ace 6. I think that was like very bad. Very bad. But hey, such is the name of the game. Sometimes you mess up. This one is a goal though. You can make argument not to call over here in case because it's a bubble and you think some people might be super died. So this like in the money bubbles, very often they used to play very like people were overly died, and then there were people who were overly aggressive. It was like kind of nightmare, I would even say, to play. So I don't know, it's kind of player dependent. I can see myself folding there at times though. One thing to mention with ace 10 is like I don't mind it, but like yeah, like ace 6, that one was terrible. Pure bunt. We can see like people how many bullets people did. Justin Bono with 6. Damn, Shidwick with 8, was it? Damn. Imagine 8 bulleting a 5k, huh? How rich you must be, huh? But hey, whenever you re-enter tournament and it's like 5k, it doesn't really matter. Whenever you enter tournament, that's just to like use different tournament. Just like, doesn't really matter. If you do 10 5ks one day or you do it throughout the year, like same thing. It doesn't really matter. Your ROI is still going to be very similar. Like, I guess if you register very early on, your ROI will be a little bit higher. But yeah, like, that's basically how re-entry, like, logic would work. Just the same tournament. So we are 10 out of 22. In the middle of a back, we can see the other table. Aces against kings. Lose a player. So 6-2 so. 10 out of 20. In the money. Bats in our table as well. Ace king suited. I think there is only one option here. We need to raise. Raise size, this doesn't matter. You go 2, 2.1, 2.2. If you go 3x, that's bad, in my opinion, or like not necessary. So ace king suited against all that. 7s, just another flip over here. Ace on the flop. Simple. It's a simple game, right? You just need to win your all-ins. Not that difficult. So BBC Brieflop Sharks and Trainer the most effective way to train and improve your poker skills. Get yours now. So King Queen suited over here, 6 out of 14. I think these days it would be more accurate to go non-all-in with King Queen O. This is kind of like dependent on opponent. I think against some people it will be pretty bad. I don't mind folding there. I do think you kind of want to go non-all-in 3-bet there with King Queen O though. That makes the most sense. So pocket jacks over here now. Just an open. I will have a jamming range here. We are 6 out of 14. But top of your range still wants to raise. You still want to build a raising range here against short stacks. We flop top set. That's like looks very good, but at the same time, like what can Ike have here, right? So we bet very small and no reason to go all in. Just call here. I think going all in will probably be a mistake. And the reason is you want to just give him all the chances to stack off. Unless I would expect him to not bluff future straights or something, but it's Isaac Haxton. Very likely to find bluffs. In some maybe like very like low stakes, or I just expect people to always go all in. It makes more sense to put it in, but then again, they would probably put it in on most of the turns anyway, so you still give them, so to speak, that rope. Over here, very small bet size makes sense. I don't really mind checking it even back at times, to be honest. Only thing is, like, if I bet very small, I get, like, value from the flush draws. Otherwise, I give flush draws a free equity to get there. But other than that, it's kind of like, even if he hits a flush, it's still going to, like, money will go in. Like, I'm not going to fold the set, right? So that would be reasoning go over there. So limp pot, 3 out of 13. Against 4th place, I guess? I don't mind raising this Brie either. So then 7 deuce is kind of like whatever. Can bet the flop, can check, doesn't matter. We went to as a check call. I think that's fine. Ace is kind of good card for my range, but like neither of players should have that many aces. We definitely will have some. As the sizing goes, I'm not that big of a fan. It is 66%, I guess. It's fine, but I kind of feel like I should be sizing a little bit larger there. But like, whenever you're like final table, your bet sizes do go typically a little bit down. So for that reason, like, I don't mind that 2/3, but like I kind of still feel like maybe more appropriate is to go slightly bigger. Doesn't really matter though. So we open MP, like it's under the gun, but like it's low jack, so it's basically MP. Jack 10 6. Why am I checking? Is checking good? I don't mind the check, to be honest, but kind of feels like just bet and get it in if needed. Even though we are due out of 12. Turn is kind of dumb after, like, it's kind of weird. How is my checking range looking like on the flop? I don't think I get to value bet this though. Ace 2, so, huh? Pocket kings, 1 out of 12. Love to see it. Everybody very short though. Typical GG final two tables. Nobody has chips basically. So just gonna put it in the middle here. I can't really like call and fold bottom of my range here, so it doesn't really matter. You could call, same thing. Calling, jamming, doesn't really matter. I was thinking about it. I'm wondering if they're tanking. There is all in the other table and probably a bait jump over here. So aces against ace queen. That's why the reason. So whenever you final two tables, you should pay attention to that, because like it might look like stupid to so to speak, play slow this type of spots. Let's see what's happening here. Need to fade 8s and kings and 10s. Is it 8? 3? Okay. But yeah, you do want to get your bait jumps in general. Because if you think about your ROI in a tournament, it's probably under 20%. Or like typically, let's say it's under 30. If you crush it, you can have 25, maybe in some cases 30 and stuff like that. But the reasoning in general would be like you getting a bait jump. Those bait jumps will increase your ROI by large margin because the bait jump is worth so much in general. Like if you look it from the ROI perspective. So if it's possible, obviously often you just like it's not possible, and the reason why it's not possible is you're playing 10 tables, you don't have time to pay attention to everything and pull up the other table, notice everything in the other table. But that being said, whenever you get deep in the tournament, especially if it's a bigger one, you should always lower your table count and like pay more attention what's going on, because the EV of that tournament is going to be so massively big than the EV of, let's say, you registering new tournament. It's just like not going to be there in general. So we are chip leading. Yeah, we're chip leading. Ace King against nines. Let's win another flip. I'm gonna assume it's like 200k for first, seeing the price pool. No, 600. 600. Nah, it's not going to be that much. Probably 150. My stack ICM value is probably worth like about third place. That was 90k. So I opened, chip leader, defended. Whenever you play big stack against like big stack, or like large stack against large stack in final tables, even though there ain't that many like very short stacks, you do want to be very cautious, because like I don't want the stack situation to change that much in general. I should be bluffing here sometimes though. I do think the way I'm going to play this is like, I'm going to have decent amount of queen X. I'm still going to have 10x. I'm still going to have 9x. I'm not sure I'm going to value bet 9 though. But like definitely could have gone for a bluff there. Pocket queens over here. I guess we're going to repeat in. You could make argument that I can go like 10 big blinds and maybe fold if there is some crazy action. Like let's say Raydoya and Gavin is going to get it in. I'm probably thinking of doing that. What? Why do I fold? Why do I fold here? I don't understand that. He has 25 big blind stuff. Stack. I don't understand the fold. I should be rolling it in there. I think it's a good fold. But like, I would maybe I didn't think of non all in. I do think I should, against him I should be getting it in, unless I had like specific reads. But I don't really remember playing Sean that much to have such a specific reads how he plays final label. And just looking at the final table, I don't think there was going something on that I would have taken like very passive lines. I do think I like the most to play where I just go non all in, and against Sean I have to call it off, and against everybody else, well, figure it out when it happens, so to speak. But it's still like, I'm going to probably fold jacks there, right? So if you fold jacks, that spot becomes kind of like, it's still going to be close. It's not like it's kind of whatever, I would say. But still would like to see none all in there. Fives against King 8 over here. Looks like we're going to lose another player, so another ladder. So we're down to 7, and we are in, like, everybody's like kind of like in the middle of it, but like, only guy who has kind of more chips is Kevin, right? So Mark opens under the gun. Pretty simple defend here with ace 8. So MP opening range, so you can definitely have some 10x, but I don't think 10x in general wants to, like, so to speak, triple it off that much. There will be a little bit of that, but mostly what he's doing is betting over pairs and like ace 10, king 10, I assume. And my defending range against once he goes for second barrel is, I think it's fine to call, but I think I'm very like 10x heavy, 8x heavy at this point. Couple of missed flush draws and stuff. If he goes half pot, This is like, this looks very bluffy to me in general, as it looks kind of like ace 10, king 10 would like to do it, maybe queen 10. Queen 10 would be probably just suited hands though. So actually having ace and 8 over here seems like a great blockers. Like having just an ace is a great blocker. You can definitely, I guess you could have like overbears, but like those would probably bet bigger. Yeah, yes, jacks. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I don't mind the call though. I do block ace 10, and I think ace 10 might be the most reasonable hand to choose that sizing. So yeah, I don't think it matters too much. But my hand EV is 0 because it's a pure bluff catcher, right? It's like there is like I either win against bluff or I lose, right? So the question is he going to bluff there enough? And another thing is, if he's bluffing, how does ace 8 do? Because if I have a, let's say, some 10x, weak 10x, it's kind of similar as ace 8 because I'm not going to win against his value bets, right? But 10x does have a better blocker if I think he's very 10x heavy there. Because you want to block ace 10, right? Because I do think like ace 10, king 10 might be make most sense. Then again, he might be checking those hands back, and like as I said, like I don't really think it's like triple barrel value bets as often. One pair hands in final levels are not triple barrel hands in general for value. Like there are some spots and like sometimes you get to do it, but often one pair hands just not worth that much money or like that much chips. Chips would be money in final level with ISM. So we over here ace 10 is totally fine. You just rip it in. So we're very short here. The blind levels have been going up. Ace Jack O, very simple go all in. We're getting called by Kevin with bucket raise. Just need to win a flip, and that that look good. And we're drawing dead. Oh god. I think, you know, in general, seemed like I played fine. I really hated ace6. I do think that's just a punt. We did cash it for 40,000 US. And if you guys want another video, it's on the screen. And I will see you there.